Well, hello there. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler. For those of you who have just stopped in, what we do here is we take a look at a can or a bottle of beer, sometimes maybe a whiskey or two, and then we read the label to see what the brewery is trying to sell us, crack it open, and see if it meets expectations. Of course, there are a few things that we do differently here. First of all, we always use this particular style of glass. That way, none of the beers have a leg up as far as being able to see whether they are opaque or not, or appreciating their aromatics. Another thing that we do is when we taste, most people, what they do is they see, sniff, sip, and speak. What we do is we see, sip, sniff, and speak. Why? I'll let Master Sommelier Fred Dex explain it all to you. And finally, before we get started, we always take the temperature of our beers because I like to have the optimal temperature for lagers. It would be, say, 40 degrees to 45 degrees, and for ales it would be 50 to 55 degrees. And I always have my ThermoWorks classic thermopen here, and that way there's perfect temperature for the beer, or if it's a little warm, we'll be able to compensate for it. Okay, what do we have today? Okay, for those of you who have been here before, you know what to expect. Once again, from the Threes Brewing Company here in Brooklyn, New York, it's their Slippery Slope. Nice design, I tell you. Some of these the designs should be in art galleries. Okay, it's a Hazy West Coast Simcoe IPA. All right, a single hop. Oh, what fun. I tell you. All right. What else do we know? We know everything is connected. Want to know more? Scan while you sip. I can't do that. I'm an old man. We're the old Growlers, so that's it. We read. Brewed and packaged by Threes Brewing, 333 Douglas Street, Brooklyn, New York. And it's 6.9% ABV. And according to the Surgeon General, if I'm pregnant, I shouldn't drink this, and if I'm working heavy machinery, I shouldn't drink this. So I don't think I qualify for either one. So, what do we got? A Hazy West Coast Simcoe IPA. I don't think I could pick Simcoe out if I had to, out of say Citra, or well, Cascade is more grapefruit, Citra is more lemon. I'm not too sure, but I'm expecting something really hazy, really creamy, and with a particular hop. Let's crack it open and see if it meets expectations. Okay, it's a hazy one, that's for sure. Quite a bit of carbonation to that, quite definitely. Well knit head, it's nicely packed, the large bubbles on top, small ones supporting it, that's a good look. Okay, it looks the look. Since it is an IPA, I would hope it to be close to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's crack it open. We are at 48 degrees Fahrenheit, so it is probably just a little down, but it's close enough. Cheers. My word. Okay. I'm not too sure whether it is the house yeast or not, but I have been sampling some of the Threes beers. I think this is the fourth that I've tried. So click on, if there's a link up there, when there's a link up there, and see if I agree with myself on this. But there is a creaminess to this particular, to their beers that I'm not too sure whether it has to do with there's a certain part of sugars that don't break down in fermentation. We used to get when we were a home brewer, I used to get a little tin of Mighty Mo, they called it. And you'd mix it in there, and all of a sudden you'd get plenty of body for your beer. So I'm wondering if that was, if somehow or other in there, in the mashing process, they're able to adjust it so that they do get that nice creamy body. But that certainly matches it. Let's see, Nosedive. Okay. I wouldn't say new mown grass, but I would say that if you took leaves, green leaves, and rubbed them in your hands, it's that type of aromatic. It's not distinctly hop, but it is that kind of leafy type of aromatics. Another sip. It's a mild IPA. I mean, it's, it's good. It's mild and refreshing, so it certainly meets expectations. There is no doubt about that. I can assure you that you're not going to be sliding down a slippery slope with this, and at 6.9%, it might be the start. It just might be the start of a slippery slope, but I could enjoy a couple of these, quite definitely. All right, well, does Slippery Slope from Threes Brewing Company Hazy West Coast Simcoe IPA meet expectations? It certainly does. I'm the Old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations.